Hello everyone, it's the same here, and today we're having a look at the guild boss Adentus, Ascended Adentus actually. He's level 55, and the main difference to him, his normal version, which was level 50, is that he drops the tier 3 accessories and weapons, and he has a lot more health, he has a few extra mechanics, he has a bit more damage, but most of his attacks are telegraphed and are easy to dodge. And if you have decent healers, you shouldn't have a problem with him wiping your party unless he goes into 15 minutes and rages. We have 16 people in our current vanguard, and that's been sufficient to clear him on this occasion. Our guild is called Kosang Tortuga, and we're always recruiting, so if you want to join a casual guild and do this kind of guild bosses every week, as well as other content, you can join us. So as you can see, we're doing the best we can to take the boss down as quickly as we can. We're trying to focus on hitting him from the unprotected backside. Okay, the AoE stun, pulls everyone to him, does a lot of attacks across the whole arena. The main thing about these, the guild boss, it's basically almost identical to the Ascended bosses out in the open world. The main thing to remember is, they drop jewelry, accessories, and weapons. For the other stuff like armor, you go to the normal bosses. So like Leviathan, Manticus, and who was the third one? And Daigon. Those are the three normal non-ascended guild bosses that can be farmed, and they drop the armors, the blood set and other sets that we have in T3. In the open world we may have a few extra ones, but in guild raids we only have these three. So as you can see here, I try and heal people and just keep people alive, and we do what we can to get the boss down. I think it's very good that they revived these old bosses, because the fights are cool and the animations are very good. So I think they did a good job with it. Adentus has always been one of my favorite bosses to fight. Very, very good hammer mechanics. I guess the other bosses that have excellent hammer mechanics, Excavator 9 and Pakilo Naru. We got quite a few bosses that use hammers or maces. Of course, use your guardians, use your damage potions, try and optimize your builds for one-on-one boss combat. I'm sort of the off-tank here, so I try to support and heal and tank at the same time and do damage, so my build's not fully optimized for 1v1s, but that's okay. How have you enjoyed T3 so far? There's a lot of things I haven't checked out yet, so a lot of content, and I'm gonna be making more videos in the next days to come. I'm gonna update my build to tier 3, I'm gonna do a video about rotations, I'm gonna release another video on the guild, the normal tier 2 guild raid bosses, and showing off the drops for those, because it's been a while and I actually didn't notice the normal guild raid bosses drop armor, and the ascended ones only drop weapons. And of course it seems all content has been updated, so just be aware that solo dungeons have tier 3 drop in them now. The Abyss dungeons also drop a lot of tier 3 stuff, and even the bags from quests and from the contracts vendor drop tier 3 stuff. So it's very good to do a lot of those. And of course you got your dimensional trials, where the rewards are also updated in the battlegrounds. And of course it looks like the best way to spend your tokens for dungeons is to do the dimensional trial level 1 through random matchmaking and spam it, because you get around 2k points each run. I might make a separate video on that, I think I will. Overall good times. I've already made my build on quest log, so you can check it out there. And yeah, I'm just gonna make a 2-part video to show you the actual rotation and in-game, and then a quest log version as well to show you how it's set up there. And of course I'm quite happy they fixed the shield block nerf that we had for a while. That's why I like to wait when a new tier drops. I like to wait a bit before releasing videos, because there's a lot of issues to iron out, and if you end up posting too quick, you have to correct yourself later. So yeah, that's one of the reasons to do it like that. And as you can see, Adentus is now around 40% health, and yeah, it's going reasonably smoothly. But yeah, if you're doing 7 Adentuses, you can expect around 2 hours and more. And while the normal guild raids, they take much, let's say their time to kill remains about the same as it was in T2. Well, actually it's probably even faster, because you got T3 gear to do it with. So if your guild doesn't have enough members or doesn't have enough damage to clear the Ascended ones, you should focus on gearing up through the normal guild raids of Leviathan, Manticus, and yeah, and the other one, Daigon. You might also get some nice weapons, and Pakilo as well. You might get some nice weapon passives too. And of course, you probably heard about from the last Tico talks, tier 1 archboss weapons will remain top tier for the whole T3. So effectively making the price of Tevent and the landed weapons jump, as well as their fragments. So those are still a good option. And what they also confirmed is that we're not getting new archboss. Let's say we're not getting new archbosses throughout the whole tier 3. So it looks to me that it may be that when Dragaral releases, we're getting tier 4. That's kind of how I see it. And it may be that heroic weapons are already tier 4. Because they are more powerful than T3. So that should be interesting. Because currently the power levels of the mobs, they don't change. And so for Abyss dungeons and so on, they don't change that much. So you're farming them with better gear. They can't release anything that's much more powerful than the current set, like than tier 2. So that's why tier 3 gear seems to be complementary to tier 2. So like the sets they don't, let's say, overlap. They don't have many sets that replace a tier 2 set. They seem to have different effects. So they're going for adding extra content to make the game more viable, give out more options, not to crowd out the tier 2 content too much. So I'm still using my Royal Praetor set, because the set bonus is still top tier, there's nothing better. And we got some very nice overall mastery skills, so I recommend having a look at those. But it's going to be a while until we can unlock it. Myself, I'm at around 800 something mastery level, so it's going to take me a bit longer to get to 1,000 and more. And of course, we're going to check out the orb, but I'm going to wait until it's nerfed a bit to make my video. I'm going to try probably SNS orb or wand orb, something like that, because that's what I'm using, so I can combine one of these two weapons. And of course he's started to get enraged by the looks of it. And he's clearing us much quicker this way. But, you know, he's on the last few percent of his health, so we're gonna push and clear him as quick as we can. So anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you clear this with your guild. If you don't have a guild, join one. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Have a good day.